Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Hi, walaikum assalam. Please be seated. Make yourself comfortable. How are you?
Sir, I'm
ठीक है,
fine.
बिल्कुल
Yes, sir.
ठीक. And since we have informally talked about your already selection in PMS, so that's congratulations to you. When you are going to start your training, pre-service training?
Sir, it's most probably in March.
Most probably in March. Okay, that's great. So we will be talking about general issues and particularly the War of Independence 1857.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Where did it start?
Sir, it actually started from the Meerut Mutiny. That
Okay.
was the main incident that triggered it. Then it started off from different cities. It resulted in different revolts, different incidents, and ultimately the British actually won it.
Let's focus on the Meerut Mutiny.
Yes,
Who
sir.
was the propounder of this movement? Who was the first one who raised this issue?
Sir, sir, as far I can remember right now, is that it was Mangal Pandey
Yes.
who was the person.
Yes,
who was the
he was
actual
Mangal Pandey. Oh, Mangal Pandey was the one who raised this issue. There was a background to it. Cartridge issue. What was cartridge issue?
Sir, these were actually the material that was used in guns, and the problem was between Muslims and Hindus. They believe that the material that was used in this is from cow, that is actually sacred towards the Hindus, and the other thing was that the material is made from the pig, and that is actually not good for the Muslims. So they had this issue with the material that is being used in this.
Okay, fine. 26 मार्च क्यों important है?
I'm sorry, sir.
बांग्लादेश के लिए.
Sir, I'm unable to.
Day of their independence.
Right, sir.
And this launch of the Operation Searchlight.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, ये तो एक operation है. There is another operation which is very very important. Operation Blue Star.
So Operation Blue Star was actually in India, and it was actually started by Indira Gandhi at that time, and it was when there was revolt against. It was actually when the revolt was by the Sikh community against.
Who was the leader of the Sikh community at that time?
So he was. So I'm unable to recall his
कोशिश तो
name.
कर लो ना, एक पहले से सरेंडर नहीं कर दिया करो ना, पहले कोशिश ट्राई करो. Then if you don't recall it, very very famous. Now presently he is revered like a guru. गुरु तो पता है ना आपको,
जी
12
सर.
गुरु है ना इनके.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी presently that man who was killed in Operation Blue Star is revered like a saint,
Yes, sir.
like a guru, and guru is मतलब the topmost clerical or the religious position in the Sikhism.
Yes, sir.
नहीं आ रहा जानना. संत के नाम से शुरू होता था उसका नाम, और जर्नैल भी आता था उसमें.
Yes, sir. General Bhindranwale. I
हाँ तो
believe
यही
that
है
was
ना,
the name. Yes,
संत
sir.
जर्नैल सिंह भिंद्रावाले.
Yes, sir.
So he was the one. Okay, so
Yes.
you चल से over to you.
Okay. British history, who were Tudors?
So Tudors were the rulers who were before Stuarts, and they were mainly laid the foundation of the British Empire, the specific Britain that was created at that time, and then it resulted in the main rulers of the British Empire.
Who was the British king who gave away his throne for a lady?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, I am unable to.
Edward VIII
Yes, sir.
for Lady Simpson. Okay. Who was Bloody Mary?
Sir, Bloody Mary, she was actually the name of the Queen Mary,
Okay.
and it
What
was
did
named
she
so.
do?
Sir, it was famous that at that time there was a lot of bloodshed during her reign. That's why it was called as the.
You know the difference between Catholic and the Protestant?
Right, sir. So Protestants are those who actually believe that the authority belongs to Pope. Catholics are the ones who believe that the authority belongs to Pope. However, Protestants are the one who believe that authority do not belong to the Pope. So they protest against that particular authority.
What is your take over the Sahulat card?
Sir, it is actually, sir, it is beneficial for the poor community of the country. They can utilize it for.
But
in order
every
to-
rich person is also utilizing that. There is no distinction
Yes, sir.
of rich and poor in that. What is Benazir Income Support Program? And how much fund has been allocated to BISP program?
Sir, it is actually a poverty alleviation program, and it is mainly for the poor community, also for the women and.
What is the source of funding of this program?
Sir, I believe it is also from the government as well as.
From the government, but from a particular head. What is that head?
Sir, I am unable to. I need to read on that.
What is
No
your
problem.
father doing?
Sir, he was in army, so he's retired now
As
as Subedar.
Subedar.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Subedar is considered as NCO. What is NCO?
I am sorry, sir. I need to read on that. I'm unable to.
Sir.
Sir. Or what is JCO?
Sir, JCO is the Junior Commissioned Officer.
That's non-commissioned officer.
Okay, sir.
Easy.
Sir, I knew
Then your
that
father
is
is
related to my
then your
father.
father is
Sir, he used to
junior
call
commissioned
himself as
officer.
JCO, so that's
Okay.
why I remember that.
And NCO non-commissioned officer.
और क्या
Up to
कहते हैं
हवालदार।
इनको स्लैंग में फौज में क्या कहा जाता है? इनका जो यूनिट ऑफिसर है सीओ क्या कहता है सूबेदार को?
सूबेदार को
दिस इज ए पर्टिकुलर नेम सेड इन ए वेरी रिस्पेक्टफुल मैनर।
हाँ, तो सारा टीच करते हैं ना उनको, तो बिल्कुल टीचर
साहब।
यस सर, साहब इज
और वो भी साहब कहता है, वो भी साहब कहता
भी
है,
साहब।
वो उल्टे वो भी ऊपर
Yes,
साहब
sir.
कहता है। साहब के बाद फिर और बहुत कुछ कहता है, लेकिन शुरू साहब से करता है वो ये दे हैव कमांड ओवर द कमीशन ऑफ सर प्लीज।
चलो
Okay, beta. Why all the independent movement basically originated from Bengal? What was the reason for this?
Sir, it was mainly because at that time in Bengal there was two community, Muslims and Hindus, and Muslims were mainly oppressed ones. So it was kind of agitation inside them, and they were at disadvantage economically, politically, as well as socially. So the main movement that started was from there, because they were mainly the people over there were agitated, more agitated as compared to the other people.
But the problem is that the fact is that Bengal also had a sizable population of the Muslims.
Yes, sir.
Even then.
But sir, the main domination over all the fields were of the Hindus, and the Muslim class was mainly of the peasant, and they were actually oppressed by the Hindu majority.
Okay. But what are the contributions of Hazrat Umar bin Abdul Aziz, especially in the matters of inheritance?
Sir, I am unable to recall the particular.
You know Hazrat Umar bin Abdul Aziz? Okay, Islamic question.
Yes, sir.
ये कहा जाता है कि सब कॉन्टिनेंट में इन द 11th सेंचुरी, ठीक है, 3 मुस्लिम सेंट्स आए थे जिन्होंने डिफरेंट रीजन्स में यहाँ पे इस्लाम की बुनियाद रखी थी. कैन यू नेम दो सेंट्स?
Sir, number 1 is Baba Fariduddin.
ठीक है.
Then Fariduddin Ganj Shakkar is one of them.
Yes.
And then sir, I am unable to recall. He was from Multan.
Shah Shams Tabriz.
Yes, sir.
And the third one?
So I am unable.
We are sitting just 6 or 8 kilometers away from him in Lahore. Hazrat Data Ganj Bakhsh.
Yes, sir, Hazrat Data Ganj Bakhsh.
Okay. But what was this basic democratic system?
Sir, this system was introduced by Ayub Khan, and it mainly consists of 80,000 members. And he introduced this whole process for his own administration, in order to control administration as well as to run the administration of the country.
Okay, clear. What is the cause of failure of the local bodies in Pakistan, overall Pakistan?
So the failure of
It is not in continuity. Why? What is the reason?
So the first reason is the inflexible attitude at the federal level to disperse the power at the local level. This is one of the first reason. The consent is not.
Why federation is not directly linked with the local government system?
Sir, the
Federation
main
is linked only with the provinces. That's all.
Yes, sir. Sir, the problem is at the federal, then at provincial level. The funding issue is the main important one that is important for the local elections. The funding issue is that.
But despite that,
Yes.
those local government institutions are still there, being run by the administrators,
Yes, sir.
not by the elected bodies. Still there are union councils, still
Yes,
there are metropolitans. So,
Sir, but the continuity is not there in each province.
why beta? Why is there? There
Sir.
should be some specific reasons.
Yes, sir. Sir, as far
Have you ever thought about it? Okay. My question is again, we had 3 eras of army rule. the first, it was not an army rule. Anyhow, it started with an army rule. Field Marshal Ayub,
Yes, sir.
second General Ziaul Haq, and the third General Musharraf. And during these three periods, we witnessed a very recognizable economic growth, and that is the GDP.
Yes, sir.
What is the basic reason for that?
So I believe the reason is that it was actually a borrowed economy at that time. We relied on external sources instead of having this growth from our internal country. We did not focus on our domestic production.
Okay, number one. Take the example of the Ayub era and then answer your question. Why there was a rapid economic growth during the Ayub era?
So during the Ayub era, our relations with United States were very great, and they wanted us to be in their ambit. So they actually supported directly or indirectly. They funded us at that time. During the time of Ziaul Haq, there was Afghan.
What was the hallmark of Ayub era? In which sector the economic growth took place very rapidly?
Sir, it was in the industries. Industrialization was the main.
Okay. And what about the agriculture sector? What initiatives were taken at that time?
Sir, he actually introduced land reforms,
Hmm.
in which he placed a kind of a particular. He placed a kind of a limit of owning the land by the main.
How many land reforms we have gone so far?
So during his time,
Up till now?
Sir.
Major land reforms.
sir, I believe one was introduced by Ayub Khan, then it was introduced by Bhutto,
Hmm.
and the third one I am unable to recall if there were third.
Okay. So, what was the major sources of? I'm still on the same question. During the period of General Ziaul Haq,
Yes, sir.
what was the reason of growth?
Sir, at that time there was a rivalry. There was Cold War going on. There was a rivalry between USA and USSR.
Clear. Question is clear. Should we go for the presidential form or parliamentary system?
So my opinion on that.
Your opinion.
Sir, I believe parliamentary system is more suitable and it is more beneficial for Pakistan as compared to presidential system, because in the history we have witnessed a kind of presidential system, and we kind of had bad experience with that. The learning from is we can learn from that experience and we can further introduce it.
इकबाल का एक शेर है जमहूरियत के बारे में, आपको याद आ रहा है कोई?
Yes, sir.
क्या है?
Sir, I cannot recall the exact.
बंदों को
तोला नहीं करते हुए
गिना जाता है,
Yes, sir.
तोला नहीं जाता.
जुमरत एक तर्ज अमल है जिसमें it was like this.
Okay, sir, please.
थैंक यू. मेरा सिर्फ आपसे एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन
Yes, sir.
है. Tell me the social contract theorists, only their names in 17th century. Very easy
Yes,
question.
sir. Sir, the main social contract theories were proposed. Number one by Hobbes, then it was proposed by Locke, and then it was proposed by Rousseau.
Thank you very much.